So we have intercultural communication if we have these three dimensions. Identity dimension, so it's not a culture. We don't meet as culture. We meet as identity as a daisy, and in each daisy, culture is a part of. Okay, giving each other a sense with three different meanings in a context each time defined. So
what's different? Could you repeat?
So you mean
different
each time? So you're saying each time it's renewed,
yes.
As it is. So
exactly.
Not putting any redefined each time. Redefined. Redefined in a fresh context.
Could you repeat?
Because here we can establish a certain meaning to what we are doing, but if we are in the social service of Maria Rita with asymmetry of social worker and client, the context is different, the power is different, it's shared in a different way, so also this sense, this meaning in the relation will be different. So we have to be aware that the context, as in each communication, has a specific importance. Okay?
And
could you repeat?
In the context, the time is different.
Yes.
During the night or during a day.
So the context is physical, it's psychological, there are different elements.
Could you repeat three meanings of sense?
Sense as meaning. So I understand you or not, and you understand me or not. Direction. Where do we go now? So we have to find a common direction or a common point to meet. And
feeling. Sensation.
What we can discover or establish with the five or more, according to other aspects, more, five senses or more. In Steiner method, we have still 12 senses to develop in a different level of our awareness. Okay? So these are three dimensions: identity dimension, reciprocity dimension, and contextual dimension that are important to consider in the intercultural relation. Communication or relation. The obliged way to interculture. We live in a context which is multi. Okay? And so often we hear about multicultural. But multi is only the definition of the setting, of the context. Here we are in a multicultural group. Okay? Because of our region, because our leaves of our daisy, because our social background and so on. This is a multi-context. If you want to transform this multi into an inter, we need to do some specific steps. So inter is intercultural is the quality we give to the relation in a multicultural context. It's not because we are in a multicultural group that we will establish an intercultural relation. We need to do some effort. We need to move. We need to walk. We need to lose our ways. We need to open some doors. We need to rest and so on.
And the multi is just the concept.
Yes.
Multicultural.
You enter in a room and you find an image you can use is the building. This is a multicultural context. People living together in the same building. Okay? But sometimes you don't even know your neighbor.
Yes.
Okay? and the image you give to the intercultural. And these three steps, we presented them in the seminar, in the web seminar. So from multi to inter, you have an intentional process. It doesn't happen because you have to do something. And you have some obstacles, and of course we know stereotypes, prejudice, ethnocentrism, as Maria Rita said, our idea of how to work, these professional models, for example, are obstacles in this step, in this path. But we have also some important steps that we described you. One is decentration. We translate from the French because here, with this approach, this one was from Martina Dalla Preste. Here is from Margalit Cohen. We wrote you during...
Is it Margalit or Margarit?
No, Margalit.
Margalit. Oh, sorry.
Cohen. Emery.
And
But you have on the slides that we sent you during the web seminar. So you have all this. You have all this in these slides. Kohan is a Jewish name. Emery, Margalit, because she was born in Tunisia, from Jewish family. Margalit Cohen Emeric.
Cohen.
Emeric. Ah, voilà. Okay, charming.
Just to have some reference for your compass. So decentration is the first step, not necessarily in chronological order, but it's one step. Then in this definition, you have the word penetration, yes, which is hard as a definition, but it's related to empathy, it's related to taking someone else's glasses and watching the world with his or her glasses.
Going into someone else's world.
Going to someone else's world, and not identification. Different, of course, from identification. It's empathy. So, you know the Indian proverb, give me the strength to walk 1 mile in someone else's shoes before judging him. So it's for a while. Okay? But entering someone else's world. What does devil eye mean for Muhammad? Before judging it's good or bad, what I have to do, and so on. Entering the word of Muhammad. And the third step, essential,
Negotiation.
It's interesting.
Negotiation.
No, in this way, it's not enough.
It's not enough. From begin to enter,
Yes,
it's not enough.
it's not enough.
It's just
We have to meet somewhere.
Yes.
We have to build something, a meaning together. Okay. Otherwise, the risk is I stay with my idea of, and I just met you. Yes, I met you. It was good, beautiful. 5 days here in Gargnano, wonderful lake, sun, and then. Okay, so negotiation is something we need to build this road. And of course, it's metaphorical, but it's also practical. Yes. To accept the fact to leave a space inside to integrate, or of course have to decide till the limit of will I accept the fact to work with someone who believes in the devil eye? It's up to me. Okay? We are not obliged to.
What happens if you don't accept, for example, for someone that thinks it's okay to hang a woman because she's a raper?
Yeah.
You don't accept that. Though it's interesting, it's beautiful, it's different. So
what I say, as for the cases we did yesterday, where it touched to me, where it touched to my daisy, what is Okay, so this is an example that for someone is not deranging, is not disturbing, but for me,
But
yes.
that example of hanging a woman in that case is shocking most people.
Okay, we are talking about you.
Yeah.
So where it starts to your date, when you have done this work of, you can say, okay, I don't want to have a relation with you, so maybe my colleague or, but to me it's too hard.
Yeah, you step away.
Okay.
You don't necessarily go.
Yeah, but of
Not
course,
obliged.
if you do not have the judgment, if you do not have this penetration, right, you just are with your own and you say, I judge you as a barbarian or that, and I prefer not to have a relation with you.
Yeah, because my point is it's mainly to relativism. Oh, it's different, it's you, so you're killing the others, so I have to negotiate with that. And yeah, with me, I don't negotiate with
You are
that.
not obliged.
No,
That's-
not
You
obliged,
choose
no.
where is your limit.
But that means then there's no
Exactly.
intercultural. They fuck off. We don't accept that.
Well,
If you are not ready today to work at, for you, this road stops at a certain moment.
There's no negotiation, it's just conflict.
Yeah, you can negotiate or in yourself, then you are not obliged to have a conflict with someone. You just can say, I'm not ready to. This is not relativism in terms of I have to accept all is different. No. Okay, so these three steps, of course, we had a little bit during these 4 days, with different activities, with different challenges. So, of course, as we said in this day with the cases, for a social worker, but also in our training activity, yes, in our life, there are some specific topics that we face. For example, related to being a parent. What does it mean being a parent in your days, and so also in your cultural context? And what does it mean? What does it mean for you being a parent in Italy today, according to what Italy is demanding to a family and so on? And so these are, when you enter here, you discover your sensible zones, we call them, sensitive zone sensible, sensitive zone, and it's only with concentration you can enter in contact with them. And say, okay, I discover this is sensitive to me, and so have a constant look on yourself. Of course, the teamwork helps us to, if it's well done, of course, can help us to discover our daisy and our sensitive zone, if it's well done.
For example, the education of the children, to eat or not to eat, the power in the couple, between, or the sense of the death, the meaning that he gives to the death.
I don't.
Sandino?
Oh no, I don't smoke anymore.
No, he will find.
I don't smoke anymore. No, I don't.
Okay?
Cigarette.
So this is my Moleskine. Not to you. But it's just to say that there is an obliged way to pass from here to here. Okay? It's not just because we are with the others that something specific. We need to act volonté, an act de volonté.
Voluntarily.
Yeah.
Willingly.
Intentionally, as you said, intentionally.
This is a part of us, There are the three parts, the volonté, the willing, related to
the will, there is a way.
there is a way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chiari e voglia
So
también.
we have to feed all these parts, even of course in intercultural relations. Even I feel good being there with people from different countries and so on, and learn so many things. Exactly. But still, what do I build with them? Okay, so this also was also in parentheses my underline why we are here and what we are building together.
Okay.
Okay, so from what we have a path which is somewhere obliged, but also it's different for everyone in the time of your life and so on. Sometimes we have a compass that drive us, that lead us. Sometimes we lose, and we have to rebuild.
Make the curve.
Sometimes we thought we were really intercultural, and we discover that for the other it was an extreme violence what we did. For us it was the maximum of the intercultural relation. And so we have to reset. We have, of course, the first is he or she doesn't understand,
Yes.
or he or she is wrong. After that, we have to rebuild or rephrase or reset something. Okay? So here we give you the space and the time to walk on this road, and you will find, of course, your street, your square, your park here in the garden. We ask you to walk, and when you find on the floor a panel, a street or what else, we ask you to
put the compass down.
we ask you to do this exercise. You approach, you find it, you prepare entering this street, this road, okay? So just 1 or 2 seconds of preparation, and then closing your eyes, you enter the street, and you feel.
Visualization.
And you try to feel the intensity of what is happening, okay, in you, in the street. What you need, 10 seconds, 1 minute, 3 seconds, I don't know, and then you go out. You can note something on your moleskin if you want, and you continue. The most of the streets and parks and so on written by you or your colleagues you enter, the more information you have. At the end, we will ask you one street in which you feel that you are confident, that for you is okay, and one other street in which you feel that you have to do something. You didn't have maybe a good sensation, and you think you have to work on.
That's not